We've been waiting for potential Russell Westbrook news all day that has not come. Quite frankly, I'm pretty surprised that they don't have at least one of the two spots filled to this point. So we'll see what happens. I thought it was also a little bizarre that Calvin Booth wasn't the one addressing the media yesterday and that he was in Europe, is what I was told.
Europe.
That's what I was told. So
in Europe with Aaron Rodgers, or
I don't know what the story is there.
Is he scouting? What is he doing in Europe
I don't
right
know.
now?
I don't know.
I don't think you're scouting anybody.
I don't think so, but they scout a lot of Euros, so I'm not going to say that he wasn't.
Yeah, but why are you scouting right now?
That's kind of my point.
We're in the middle of free agency.
I know. It was weird to me.
Our general manager's in Europe?
Yeah.
During free agency?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I don't know.
We need. That is very, very odd. Okay, this will show you how odd it is and different and concerning this is. What other general manager is not in the States of America right now in the NBA? I would guarantee you, or be willing to guarantee you, that every other one is right here. Right here.
What I was
working
told.
on deals and doing stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't care in NBA. Maybe your general manager can be out of the country and it not be a big deal. But to me, I'm like, holy cow. I mean, things are happening pretty quickly. I kind of want my general manager here for everything that is happening, not in Europe. So, like, what the hell is going on in Europe for him to be in Europe right now? This is a pretty important time. A lot of stuff is happening. It happens fast. It happens quick. Man, I don't know. That's very, very odd to me.
Yeah, bizarre. They had their assistant general manager, Tommy Balas, up there speaking to the media yesterday. And look, he spoke, and that's fine. I just don't even think it's worth it to listen to the audio because he's not the decision maker there. I thought it was not a good look for the Nuggets yesterday. Whatever he's doing, he should have been there yesterday. I agree with you 100%.
Look, I could understand if he's not there at the press conference. But
really?
I mean, like, it's not the worst thing for me, but he's got to be here. I don't understand that at all. That's kind of where I'm going here.
Like, I mean, I'd like my GM to be the face of the team.
I would also. But at the same time, like, it'd be like, okay, I would like to hear from Calvin Booth, but at least I know he's working on, helping this basketball team out. You see everything that's happened, and, KCP's gone, and we trade Reggie Jackson and a bunch of second-round picks just to get rid of his contract. What are we going to do here? What's going on? What's happening? Like, if we sucked, then I wouldn't care. Go to Europe. Go to, wherever. Yeah. It doesn't matter. But, like, we have a championship window, and right in the middle of free agency at the start of it where everything is happening, our general manager's in Europe? Okay, that's just very strange to me.
It's bizarre. Jake also told us that there has been more conflicting reports on whether or not they actually paid Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Last night on social media, KCP's wife pretty much.
No, not paid, but they offered.
Excuse me.
Yes.
That they offered. Did I say paid? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the correction. They offered a similar contract to what he received from Orlando, which was 3 years, $66 million. And we said yesterday, kind of alluded to, I don't know, if they offered him a similar number to Orlando, did he just pick Orlando over Denver? And why would he have done that? Well, we've gotten multiple people that have pushed back on that. It was Tony Jones of The Athletic, and I know Tony, known him for years. I respect him. He wouldn't have put that out there if he didn't hear from somebody in the know. But it sounds like maybe his sources may have been more on the Nuggets side and not on the KCP side, which we really didn't know. But it sounds like maybe a little bit more clarity there. If that's the case,
well, what did his wife? Do you know what his wife said?
She just said false.
Okay.
Under an Instagram graphic that said that the Nuggets offered KCP something similar to Orlando. She said false.
And I had a hard time going there. Okay, with the report that said they offered him a similar contract because you listen to KCP talk, and it just seemed like he loved it here, and he loved playing on this team. And to me, if it was really close, he would have stayed here. No, like you know, that's just my read on it. And so that's why I had a hard time going there.
Yeah.
Right. That he would leave here to go to Orlando, but everyone wants a different role. Everyone's a different situation. Was it more? I get it. No state income tax, those types of things, closer to his home in Georgia. But it doesn't sound like it was close, which I kind of thought, because also we got to remember Calvin Booth making those comments right before free agency started, talking about, Christian Brown's ready for that next step. And so you put all the clues together. It's like, really? So they say all those things, but then they're going to offer him that type of contract, or $20 million a year, or over $60 million for 3 years. That's kind of odd. So it didn't add up to me. It was like they were ready, and they knew KCP was going to walk. They weren't going to be able to be close to it, and they were ready to move on. And then the report came out, which, maybe it was a bad source, right? Maybe it was a bad source within the Nuggets that was trying to make it look. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you. A little bit of a PR spin on the Nuggets side, but you're right. If we had just read the tea leaves, Calvin Booth basically told us after draft night that KCP was out the door. In not so many words. He basically said, look, I mean, we're going to be okay here, which basically was the tip-off that, I don't know about bringing him back. All right, let me ask you. Who has more pressure on him this year, Michael Malone or Calvin Booth?
Calvin Booth.
How so?
I think when you look at the situation, obviously navigating the second apron, navigating the salary cap in the NBA is not an easy thing. It's a difficult thing to do. He's the one that said we'll take 3 out of 5. Maybe not. Maybe we don't go back to back. Bad job by him ever saying that into a microphone. And so he's making these types of moves and doing these things. And this is his draft pick, Holmes, Strother, right? I mean, it's starting to be his basketball team, and so he's got to get it done. Michael Malone got it done on the court as a head coach, right? And Calvin Booth just kind of took over something that was already 90% built from Tim Connolly.
95, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So he's got to prove that he's capable of doing this job at a high level. Like, expectations are high. They're not expectations just to make the playoffs. It's to win championships now with Jokic and Murray. But he's got to find the right pieces around those guys, right? I mean, Conley's the one that brought in Aaron Gordon, or was that Calvin Booth?
That was Conley.
Conley. So you look at Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic, and Murray. Those are all Conley, right?
Yep.
So, like, he's got to prove that he can do something, right? Or am I just like –
No, Booth got KCP. Right?
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah, but that's why I didn't say him. I said the 4.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I know.
So,
I was just giving him credit for that. That was
exactly.
all. Yeah.
But now you look at some of these draft picks, they have got to start taking that next step, and they've got to contribute, not just be bench players. We need some starters here. So we'll see. Well, and then also the other thing is there might be a big move that he has up his sleeve here when it comes to a possible trade. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like, but I would say for sure to me, it's not even close. It's Calvin Booth.
I agree completely. In fact, I'd agree to the point where if by the end of the year these young guys look like what in the world was he thinking, I would say he's almost on the hot seat.
Absolutely. It's championship or bust, man. If they don't move in the right direction this year, then I think if you're Josh Kroenke and Stan, you look at it and say, all right, time to move on from him. You're not moving on from Michael Malone.
Right, because it's been so clearly Booth's plan to go younger and to do it this way. He didn't have to. He could have structured things differently and not used the first-round picks in the draft and those early seconds that he used last year. He could have easily gone about it a different way, but that's the way he chose to do it. And look, I mean, not everything you're going to do is going to work out. And I'm not trying to bury the guy. He's done some good things here, but understand that you're 100% right. It's Booth's ass that's on the line.
High expectations.